to talk about what they think their significant other does. It's like, I know what they do all day long, but I'm curious to see what they think they do. Yeah, what do you think? Hold up. I'm gonna need a drink. Hold on. Gotta get this beer. This will be good. What? And by the way, this was not my idea. This was Heidi's idea. Heidi Rowley put this plan together.
Oh, I did not. Okay,
what does Dean do in your mind?
Nothing.
Absolutely. Correct. That's what I did. Correct. That's what my wife would say too. Yeah. You ask my wife what I do every day. It's what I don't do every day, and that's usually put pants on. When I'm at home, I sit there, mind your pants, and work. I put a shirt on from the top so when Andres sees me on video, he sees from here, and that's it. We go here. But let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, Gabrielle, I'm going to tell you what Dean does every day, all right? He sells a lot of stuff every day. His team does, okay? Fact is, I said this last night, I've known Dean for, 7 years or something like that now. And Dean actually taught me, when I came to the U.S. from Japan, I did a couple years over there with GE working in point of care, actually, segment leader over there. It was kind of, the time was really marketing kind of heavy. It wasn't, I had to look at the numbers and work with the sales teams, but I was in Japan, so I didn't understand the damn thing they said. And so I came back to the U.S. and I was working very closely with Dean and Matt Hanna, our central zone sales leader at the time. And these guys taught me essentially everything that I know, which, sorry, it's still not a lot, but they taught me everything I do know about running a sales organization and being part of the sales team and what it means. So Dean, has a kind of a special place for me. But the one other thing I loved about Dean's team all the time was that for Dean, it's all about culture. All right, and point of care has a very different culture than every other segment. We're kind of the misfits a little bit. We're the underdogs. We're not the biggest. We're trying to be. We got the biggest market. Hey, yeah. We're trying to be the biggest. We will be eventually. Sorry, Roland. Even at 30% share, someday we'll be bigger than women's health. The fact is, because of the size of that market. But the reality is that Dean drove a culture that actually not only drove his team to succeed, but actually the whole POC team in the U.S. particularly. And I think that was one thing that I always loved about it. I enjoyed working with it because his culture and my culture really were a lot of the same. And so today, still, one of the keys to that is what's great about having a good culture is that people don't leave. They stay. And when you have sales teams, the first thing that will kill you is if people leave. Right? Sales rep leaves, goes to another company or goes to another business. You're down for basically 9 months before you get a new sales rep in, running, and selling to the level, and you hope anyway, to the level of the person that was there before. And what Dean has done better than anybody that I've ever seen is to keep the sales team intact, right? And I joked about it a little bit last night, but the reality is I had to put the numbers down here. Last year, sorry about the numbers, this is just what you got to do, but $24 million, I think it was, 23 and change $1 million of point of care gear in the southeast part of the United States alone. So he's got kind of half of the east zone now. And by the way, the other thing about this is guys that have been in his team, now the northeast zone is run by a former sales rep of his. Our government leader in the U.S. is a former sales rep of his. Right? His team goes on to better things as well, which means it says a lot about Dean running things as well. But that $23 million, as I said it last night, that's bigger than China and Japan for POC put together. The Atlanta region with Mark Jesnowski in there, who goes way back with all of us, right? He's bigger than EGM and ASEAN himself, and about $7 or $8 million for us. And we're still small outside the U.S., but it says a lot when one of the team members from his team can do that. So the best thing about Dean, though, is that he's a good golfer and lets me cheat. So, Dean, thank you very much. I appreciate it.